Hello everyone. This video is in regard to the CBSE circular which was issued on 6th November 2021, demystifying OMR. Now you know that the first term exams is going to be totally in OMR format. The answers need to be only in the form of the choices that are given there. 4 choices. One of the choices are going to be correct, and depending on the subject, you are given different number of questions which has to be attempted. So here, this is the circular which explains us in detail about how the OMR has to be attempted, right? So this is the final circular. Earlier, there was a circular issued with 4 options. Now they have introduced a rectangular box and a circle along with it. So let's go through this so that it becomes absolutely clear to all the stakeholders, students, parents, and teachers, right? So a sample copy is also enclosed here. So I'll be going through that also. Details of the candidates will be pre-filled in the OMR. So when you're talking about the board exams in November, that is scheduled in November, December, it will already be filled. That means name of the candidate, roll number, everything will be filled in the OMR. You just have to verify and sign that, right? Question paper code has to be written. That code will be there on the question paper itself. And you have to write in your own handwriting this line, I confirm that all particulars given above are correct. The reason for writing is that you need to check that you have got the correct OMR sheet, because as I said, it says that you have a OMR sheet which is pre-filled. So you should not try to fill in answers of somebody else, because the marks will go to that person. So please check this and then you confirm that the particulars are of yours. Use of blue or black ballpoint only. No gel pens, no ink pens, no pencils. Only blue or black ballpoint pens. Pencil is strictly prohibited. And please make note of this, that if you're using pencil, it will be considered use of unfair means, and action will be taken against the candidate as per unfair means rule. So kindly make sure that you are not using pencil at any cost, because if you're using pencil, it will be considered unfair means. The reason is simple, that in some centers, the pencil markings are rubbed off and then the pen marks are put later on. So in order to avoid all those malpractices, the CBSE has introduced this clause that you will not mark anything with pencil at all. Now there is a space for answering 60 questions. You will not have 60 questions, you may have 40 questions, you may have 50 questions, but there is space for answering 60. So do not worry about that, because depending on the subject, you have different number of questions. So you should answer only that questions depending on the subject. So you don't have to fill in all the 60. The serial number of the question paper and serial number of the OMR sheet needs to be same. Okay, even if you're leaving out some questions, don't change the serial number. So here in the question, please remember that no question order will be changed. Also remember that you should not attempt more than what is required. If you are attempting more than what is required, for example, if in section A, let's me take for maths, you have 20 questions, you have to attempt 16. If you are attempting 17 or 18 questions, only the first 16 will be evaluated. They will not see 17 and 18. So whatever is asked, only that many number of questions should be attempted. If you are attempting more, that will not be evaluated. Only the first 16 will be evaluated out of 20. If you're having 24 and you have to attempt 20, then the first 20 will be evaluated. So it's not best of 16. The out of 20, whichever is correct, you will get answers, not like that. Okay, please remember, it is the first 16 out of 20 or the first 20 out of 24 which will be evaluated as per the subject, right? Now, let me go to the OMR sheet. Now, in the OMR sheet, you are given 4 circles. So what is happening in this is that, let's say question number 1, you are having 4 circles, A, B, C, or D, options are there. And now let me say that it is C. So I'm going to circle this completely. And now what has happened is that there is a rectangular box that has been added here. I'm going to put here C. So this is our option A, B, C. I'm putting C. So this confirms that it is C, right? So if you are confident, then only write here C. Suppose you feel that, okay, you marked C, but I think B is the correct answer. So what you should do is, don't write C here, you have to write here B. So in this box, make sure that you are writing the correct option, because the box will be considered as the final answer, not the circle. Okay, this is very, very important. It is written here that reply written in the box will be treated as final. So you may make a mistake here. In case you feel that there is a mistake, kindly do not do any crossing or anything. Just put the correct answer in this, right? So this is very, very important. This is the new box which has been added for correcting, right? And also a very important thing is that when the answer is given, suppose I'll show you the OMR sheet so that it becomes clear. In the OMR sheet, please remember there is a box. These are the 4 options. There is a box here. And here there is a circle here. So suppose you are not attempting any question, you can darken that part. So I know question 1. So I put A. Okay, I will put here A. I know B. I have put B. Now C. Question number 3. I think the answer is C. Okay, so you have the option of putting C, but I'm not writing here C at the moment. Later on, if you think that C is not the answer, D is the answer, I can put D. So marks are going to be given here in the final box. Suppose I'm not attempting this, then I'm going to put this. I'm going to shade this circle and put this. This means that this circle is not to be evaluated. So if you are putting this, okay, I'm putting this on 8. I'm not attempting this. So I just need to select the question which I'm not attempting and put these circles. So this is the new changes that are there. Besides this, if we go through the document once again, the points. Yeah. So here, after the box, given a circle is given ahead of the box, wherein question number is also written inside the circle. This circle is to be darkened by the candidates if they have not attempted any question. So if you're not writing any question, attempting any question, please darken the circle as I showed you just now. Okay, so candidates are advised that you should mark the responses by darkening the circle. If fully satisfied, then only the response should be written in the box. The purpose of the box is that if a candidate wishes to change the response, the same should be written in the box. So this is very important, that in case, because earlier in the previous sheet, they were not allowing us to correct. Now, if you feel that you have shaded C, but your correct answer is D, you can write this and this will be marked right. Okay, whatever is in the box, that will be treated as the final, whatever is in the box. So you may make a mistake here. So you may write C here, then C, no problem. Okay, then there is, but if there is a change in this, then the box is treated as the final answer, not this, right? So if the box is empty and the response is marked in the circle, again, very important, question has not been attempted by the candidate. So suppose you are marking C, but here you are not putting anything, then please remember, if the box is empty, the response will be not considered. It will be considered that the question has not been attempted by the candidate. So this is important. Please tell the students that if you're marking here, please make sure that they write this response. Otherwise, this question will be treated as unattempted, right? If everything is left blank, then obviously that means the question has not been attempted. So that is another thing. So what is important for us to understand is that the box is the most important. The circles are there. Of course, these two should match, but in case you have to make a correction, you do that. So if the box is empty and the response is marked, please remember the question has not been attempted by the candidate. If the response is given in the box and the circle is left blank, then the question will be considered attempted. So here, I'm not marking this, but at the same time, I'm writing C, I will get the marks. Okay, so they have given a lot of priority to this last column. So this is just actually for marking this. Okay, so that you don't write the final answer. If you want to change, suppose I selected D, I want to change it. I have the option of putting it C. I should not do this crossing or cutting or trying to rub out. Now, schools are going to download these OMR sheets, and the OMR sheets, as I said, will be pre-filled and it will be kept under safe custody of the center superintendent, and it will be given to you on the day of the examination. So this is the sample sheet that they have given. See, this is already pre-filled. So there is a roll number in words, roll number, numerical value, the date of the examination, the center, the subject, along with the code. So code will be written here. So whatever is the code, you will write there on the OMR sheet. That code will also be written in the question paper. Please make sure that it is your own name and your father's name. Everything should match. Here is the sample sheet that has been attached along with this circular. So here we are having 60 questions. So whichever option is correct, please start marking that A, B, C, D. And then this box is very, very, very important that you put those alphabets here in these empty boxes. This should not be left blank. Even if you leave this blank, no problem, but this should be filled. A, B, B, C, D. This is what is going to give you marks. This will not give you marks. So they have clearly said that if you mark this, this may be right, but if you left this empty, this will be treated as unattempted. If you don't want to attempt any question, again, I'm repeating, kindly mark those questions in the circle provided at the extreme right of the question. That means the question will not be marked. Here you will have to write this. I confirm that all particulars given above are correct. You have to write in your own handwriting here, and you have to do the signature here. So whatever is your signature, kindly sign here. Make sure that the signature on the admit card and the signature that you are doing for the board exams are same, so that you will not have problems in identification of the candidate. And below this is for the evaluator, observer and all. The student does not have to do anything. So total correct answers, this has to be saved by the coordinator as well as the evaluator. So earlier there used to be a mismatch probably of 1 or 2 marks. Once the evaluator does, then the another person checks, the moderator checks, or the head examiner checks. There is a difference, but here there is no possibility of any difference because it is 1 mark per question. As for maths, it is 1 mark, 1 question. For other subjects, it may be 0.8 or 0.77, depending on the weightage of each question. So whatever, suppose you are getting 36 correct answers, this also should be 36, and you get 36 marks if it is maths. Now, suppose you are having, let's say, a subject like English. Let's say you are having 50 questions and 45 out of 50 is correct. You will not get 45 marks. 45 will be multiplied by 0.8, right? So you get 36 marks. So that is how the calculation is done, depending on the subject, how many questions are there. For maths, we don't have a problem because we have 40 questions and 40 marks. So each question is having 1 mark, but in other subjects, the weightage of the questions is not 1 mark each. And the signature of invigilator, evaluator, coordinator, observer, everything will be completed by the concerned people. The students have to concentrate only on this. I hope this is clear, and you have to be a little careful in filling the boxes. This is of priority. And here they have given some wrong methods of filling. So see here, the student has circled 2. Finally, he realized probably that A is the correct option. He's put a tick here and cross here. This is not done. Only 1 correct answer should be there. Here he has put the correct option, ticked, but not circled it. Here he has put 2 and then he has put a tick on 1. So that is also not allowed. Here not shaded properly. Here 2 shaded and put a cross. So automatically it's not understood that this is correct. You have to highlight the correct one. Here they have put a circle and then crossed it out. Half circle here. Here some marking is there on 1 and this is complete. All this is not allowed. So the correct option should have only 1 correct option. And now, even if that option is correct, they are giving you this facility that you can correct this in the box. Whatever is written in the box will be final. And if you want that the question should not be evaluated due to any reasons, you are leaving it, or thus that question should be considered as unattempted, please darken this circle on the extreme right. So I'm going to show you how an empty sheet looks like. So the empty sheet will be something like this. That is a pre-filled one, right? So empty sheet, probably during the pre-boards, you may not get a filled one. So this is an empty sheet here. So this is what you have to do. You have to fill the roll number, digits in words, date, everything you have to fill in. If it is not pre-filled from your schools, because that will come only for the board exams. Then this is your OMR sheet. As explained just now, you'll have to do the markings, right? Fill in the correct option, fill in the correct answer here. If the question needs to be unattempted, just mark this. So if I'm trying one, let's say A, I'm going to write here A. If this is B, I'm going to write here B. If this is again A, I'm going to write A here. I marked A, but I feel that A is not right now. It's B. That's on revising, I find that it's B. So I can always correct it and put B here. I don't want to attempt this. I'm going to put a circle here. I don't want to attempt 6. I'm going to put this. So this is how we complete this. So this can be done very easily. I hope this is very clear and you are going to do this correctly for your pre-board and board exams. So on this note, I will stop. If there are any further updates, I will be sharing with you shortly. Thank you so much.